Hello everybody, Capricorn, welcome. We're going to do a reading for February for you. We're looking at general. The only difference is we're using the entire deck. Whoa, okay. Got some jumpers. The cards are anxious. I've been meditating on this reading style. Seems to want to happen. Let's see what goes down here for Capricorn for February and into March. Now, I am going to do a separate reading around your love life. For the same amount of time. Forgive me. I'm being drawn to focus on the cards, and we're going to cut in here, and we're just going to start, and as the story unfolds, I'm bumping my camera, is where we will begin this. I'll try not to bump my camera. Okay, first we start with, you know what? I'm going to go like this, and I knew it. I knew this one was going to come back to the top. The Sun. Capricorn, some of you are looking to literally change your lives. Now we get to see what story unfolds. Okay, we're going to start with these 6 cards. What we've got here tells me, Capricorn, that some of you are trying to reach new heights. Very independent in nature. Financially, maybe even physically, because we do have, for some of you, you're trying to draw yourselves out of a negative situation. It's been a hardship. Some of you have been involved in a relationship that's been a real strain on you. You've decided it was time to move away from that situation, and now you're looking at the bigger picture, both financially and on a broader scale. Maybe you're thinking about actually moving. Although you've got this thing that it feels very destined to succeed, it also feels to me like there's a place in your life that you're very stuck. It's as if you've decided on just about everything, on just about how you want to move forward with everything, but there is an aspect of life for Capricorn that they just can't mentally remove themselves from. The 9 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, the King of Cups, the Death card, the King of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. So, there have been struggles for Capricorn in the past. Definitely. For many of you, it's been about love. It's been about situations around love where there have been more than one partner involved in your relationship at a time. For Capricorn, it's almost as if that's part of their lifestyle. It's part of who they become. That sense of betrayal almost follows Capricorn through their lives sometimes. It's almost that it almost feels that it's almost present in every relationship that Capricorn feels that they've ever had. There's always a sense of some kind of betrayal around love, because we have this 9 of Wands talks about the conflict, but needing to overcome that conflict. And that's why I said some of you are stuck in a mental place that is hard to get over. And to me, it's that emotional thing that runs deep in Capricorn. It's the part of them that sometimes you just don't see. But Capricorn is looking to transform out of that. They're looking to be more independent, both financially, but also they want to be in control of their own lives. They want to focus on their own direction, take charge of their own lives, move forward with their own desires. Because right now that is part of what Capricorn is trying to transform away from them. This is the direction that Capricorn feels is going to lead to their ultimate sense of satisfaction. The Seven of Swords, the High Priestess, the Justice card, the Magician, interesting, the Six of Pentacles, and the World. So we start with you wanting to change your life. But we know that, as we've already discussed, Capricorns had this deception around them. It's almost become part of who they are. The High Priestess is here to say that, Capricorn, you're developing that inner sense of knowing. If you already haven't learned how to tap into your inner knowing, that divine sense of logic that Capricorn is so good at when it comes to everybody else. This is saying there is justice served by you tuning into that regarding yourself. Sit up and take notice of what is happening in your own life and direct yourself around what it is that you instinctively know you want for yourself. Because you're the one who is ultimately going to be the result of justice in your life. You're surrounded by it. Next we have the Magician. He's the manifester. He is the master of his own destiny. He creates his life the way he wishes it to be. Even though we've got this need for justice to be served out in our lives, Capricorn, you have the ability to manifest this in your life. Now, the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. Now, I'm going to say that if you're seeking justice in your life, maybe equal give and take has not been your strong suit in relationships. In fact, I do know that Capricorns can often very well give too much of themselves away. Pardon me, that was a sip of coffee. Now, so Capricorns don't always know when to stop being generous. Because there's always this feeling around Capricorn, well, oh shit, it's only money. Or it's only my father's watch. Or whatever it is that people do to take advantage of you. Capricorn can often give more of themselves away than they should. But we're also looking at things in a new way. We've got a new direction, a new way of bringing hope into our lives. Now, we've got, because this talks about that all-encompassing happiness, that feeling of hope. It's a feeling of ultimate freedom in this situation. There's almost a feeling as if the world is at your disposal and now you're just trying to focus on a direction. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, the Five of Wands, the Tower. Good. Yes, Yes, just where we want the Three of Swords to be, next to the Tower, next to the ending that Capricorn has created for themselves, for their own well-being. And even though these changes that Capricorn is going to experience because of a well-orchestrated, well-manipulated ending that Capricorn absolutely saw that needed to happen. And it may have felt like a chance, or it may, if this hasn't happened to you yet. If this is what you're looking for in your life, the energy of the Fool says, yes, come on, bring it on. I'm ready to take the chance. I'm ready to move forward with whatever it is that I need to do with this life, because I've been through the struggles. I've seen the darker side of what a relationship can bring. And now, because I've had the experiences in life that have brought me to this conclusion right now, what I want more than anything is maybe to fly free. Because there's been deception in my past. There's been denial, fear, loss. That all comes with that Seven of Swords there. It's all saying that I'm moving forward out of the pain, out of the struggle, starting new. Maybe by myself. Maybe that's risky, but you know what? I'm okay with it, because I've faced the struggle and decided that certain things need to come to an end. And one of those things that's ending for Capricorn is the Three of Swords, is that broken heart, is that element that's brought you to a place of looking out for yourself. The Star is about focusing on you, making yourself the star of your own life, and coming out of a place of very dark disappointment for Capricorn. Now, the Three of Swords can talk about all kinds of disappointments. You're going to put that disappointment where it belongs. But there is a need, a desire for a wish to come through for you, Capricorn. You're focusing on you, though. The Knight of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. The Three of Pentacles. The Emperor. And the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles. He's about that drive, that desire, but he actually brings the developments to you. This is about your foundation. Here we're being very concerned with our finances, with our worldly good, with all that we possess now. And what will our next move be? What direction do we choose to go into financially? Maybe with the circumstances we're in, the Wheel of Fortune here, next to the Three of Pentacles, it says that we're flowing now. We're moving positively in the right direction. We're really getting the flow, the harmony of what it is that we're doing that's going to bring the satisfaction of fortune into our life. We're very much in control of how we develop our lives, with how we bring these things in for ourselves. The Page of Wands here says we have news coming your way around something that you're really wanting to move forward on, Capricorn. So far, it looks like whatever element of our lives that's been a disappointment, that we're seeking the Nine of Pentacles kind of independent flow into our lives. We know that through what we're creating, what we're archetyping in our own life, what we're bringing about through our own development, through our own construction, we're bringing about a more certain individual of within. With the Emperor, we're more in control now of our emotions. We can make clearer decisions based around the things that we know we desire to bring into our lives. But it talks about our financial security and developing ourselves more security in our worldly goods. So we're looking to transform not only our emotions. Maybe I have no heart. What? Have I got any cups here yet? So for Capricorn, are we, yeah, we have one cup here. Are we talking about love here for Capricorn? Are we putting love to the back burner in order to create a more certain, stable life for ourselves so that maybe in the future, if we put ourselves in a position of wanting love, it will be there? The Chariot. The Lovers. Now I'm pulling this card out. The Lovers is coming out. That's going to be my Vimeo reading for you guys. So if you want to see what energy the Lovers has for the month of February, you're going to have to go over to my Vimeo page for that reading. So we've got the Chariot. We've got the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. Now here come the cups. And the Queen of Wands. So Capricorn. Capricorn. I need a sip of coffee. Oh, what's happening? So Capricorn, I think for some of you, you come to the conclusion that love has not been available to you where you are positioned in life. Maybe this is saying that even on a geographic level, you're not in the right place to meet the right type of mates. You've ended something recently, Capricorn, some of you, and you've moved on from it, and you've got a different way of looking at love. There's some conflict, actually, in the way that you look at love, even though you always keep hope alive. There's always an element of, as long as I'm alive, there's hope, kind of an attitude. Because you've had this abundance of love to give to someone, but that element, that person who gives an equal amount of desire to Capricorn, for some of you, that person has not shown up yet. They just have not been that equally balanced love mate. But there's been hope, and there is still hope with what it is that you're wanting to accomplish with love. You have an abundance of it. We have the Five of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Strength card, the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the King of Swords. So, very certainly and quickly what this row tells me, bad English. What this row of cards is saying to me is, wow. Just one moment. It's these very long readings. Okay. So, we know that there's hope and desire there. Need more room. Okay. We know what we have in front of us. But we also know that when there's life, there's hope. Which is basically the message I got from that last row. As long as you're breathing, there's always hope that love is going to come. The real thing. But for Capricorn, we know Capricorn has had a lot of disappointment, heartbreaking loss for some of you. But like I said, where there's hope, there's life. That's what the Five of Cups tells us. That there's always promise even after loss. And the Ace of Wands says that there is either now or there will be someone in your future that shares your desire. Shares your desire, shares your inner strength. And this situation you will find once you release yourself from whatever you feel is holding you down, holding you back. We go from the Two of Swords, the choice, to the Ten of Swords, releasing ourselves from the mental prison. And so the Ten of Swords is saying to us, you can remove all of this mental energy. It is just, after all, mental energy. It's mental energy that can be let go of. And that's why we love the Swords energy. It's because it can be released. It can be released with the stroke of a positive thought. We can release the negativity of the Swords. And that's what our Capricorn does here. They're releasing themselves from the negativity and realizing that there is desire. There is hope. There is there's available love coming your way with the inner strength, with the inner knowing, just the inner knowledge that that possibility is there for you. It's achievable, right? But we have to, with the stroke of a thought, leave the mental energy behind. Now it's funny, Capricorn energy hasn't even shown itself yet. The Ten of Wands. The Ace of Swords. This is new beginnings again here. But we have clarity of thinking, which I think is a real issue sometimes for people that have been burnt too many times. Because we know in all aspects of life, Capricorn's been burnt. They've been there. They know what they're talking about when it comes to getting hurt, jilted, rejected. It's pretty much all part of their walk in life. So what we've got here is that as far as something that's been a heavy weight for Capricorn to carry, in whatever aspect of their life that is, there's a releasing. There's a need to release because the 10 is here. The Ten of Wands is about releasing that negative energy. That negative burden needs to be released because when that energy is released comes the Ace of Swords, the clarity of thought. So we go from a Ten of Wands to an Ace of Wands because it's technically what that is. The Ace of Wands is already here. Okay? Now we have the Ace of Swords. New beginnings. But this is beginnings of how you feel and beginnings of what you think. New ways of looking at things in order to draw newness in because now we have clarity. The Hermit brings us to that place. He draws us to that place of mental thinking. So for some of you, Four of Swords is next. This really means taking a retreat, taking the time to really dig into the inner knowing, the inner spirit, the inner reflection that brings us to all knowing. It brings us to the place where we know exactly where our security lies. So for some of you who have decided to take that time in the hermit position and go within and reflect on what it is that you're looking to bring forward, because this reflection also comes with rest. So I do see someone taking the time to reflect and rest. The Ten of Pentacles is all about having the knowledge of where your security lies in this situation. It might talk about a stroke of luck with finances, but for me, it's really about knowing that your security is available to you. But we have the Eight of Cups, which is someone who's recently left a love situation, and they are finding love in a new way. For you, Capricorn, for many of you, this is about inner love. It's about that new sense of you, that inner knowing of who you are now, because you've taken the time to really figure out who you are and what you want. The Eight of Cups is searching out that brand new beginning. The Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Temperance, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles here is, you guys are really very much focused right now, February, March. You're more focused on your earthly goods, what you're developing to bring more wealth into your life than you are about accomplishing love. That's clearly the message here. You're focusing very much on bringing more in as quickly as possible, because the achievement for Capricorn right now of a really serious worldly good is going to bring about the achievement of a better life. A life that feels more in tune with who Capricorn is, more in tune with what they really want. Because at some point, who Capricorn is, what they really wanted in this life, kind of got lost. Either got lost to Capricorn or got lost to the people around them. But at some point, Capricorn pretty much got left behind by someone or something in their life that they were really wanting to achieve. But there is this confusion. But Capricorn, you're figuring it out. You're deciding what it is that you want and which way you want to go, because you know that that is what is going to lead you to the Ten of Cups, that completion of that really outstanding life. So to me, whatever it is that you're working for, Capricorn, is exactly what you are wanting to achieve right now. It's exactly where you're going. Is going to land you at the Ten of Cups, but you have to choose a way and go. And that's where you'll find it. When you finally made that decision of where it is that you really want to be on a heart space level, soul space level, even on a physical level. The Hierophant, the Moon, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, or the Page of Swords, sorry, And here you are, finally, the devil, Capricorn. You finally showed up in your own reading. Interesting that the devil shows up directly opposite from the Hierophant. He talks about conformity, religion, spiritualism, and I think that on some level this is about Capricorn breaking from conformity, going off in their own direction that isn't typical for Capricorn to take. Some of you are taking an unknown path because you're not revealing your plans to anyone. Really, people know what you want to do. They know what direction you want to take. But you're keeping a lot of these things to yourself because you know that it would break from traditionalism. It would break from conformity. And it would reject a lot of the usual ways that people look, especially at love. I think some of my Capricorns are looking not only at love a different way, but at sexuality a different way, at new approaches to finding love. And when you make that change, Capricorn, when you decide that what you have been doing, especially around your love life, and we're going to take a look at this when we go over to my Vimeo channel. The Ace of Cups is the new beginning. It is the new... It is the new offer. And it does come through with the Page of Swords. This tells me that an actual person may be coming through for you as a new love. But changes are needing to be made for Capricorn before this new love situation is going to bring itself in. The Empress. The Two of Cups. Like I said. The King of Pentacles. There he is. You may be meeting or reconnecting, I'm not sure yet, with a King of Cups. The Seven of Wands. Or with a King of Pentacles. That's another earth sign. The King of Cups, or the Six of Cups. Like I said, I don't know why I'm stuck on the Kings here. The Six of Cups is that past connection. So you may be reconnecting at some point with someone from your past. And the Page of Cups. That connection to the past is going to bring a new offer of love. And this feels very much, this King of Pentacles, if this could be someone you've already been in love with. But it might have been a past life thing. I get into the past life thing over at my Weebly channel if you want more information on that. But this is a situation that maybe some of you had been in conflict with in the past. Maybe this person from the past had brought an element of heartache to your life, but they feel like they're coming back. That energy feels like it is at least wanting to come back in for another look around. But that's going to be up to you, Capricorn, whether or not you want to bring this past life soulmate, past current life soulmate back into your life. Because honestly, there was some conflict around someone's behavior. Someone's behavior. There was a conflict around that person in the past. We've got the Five of Swords. Yep, the Five of Pentacles. There was conflict around someone who is trying to come back in to your life. It may be the Knight of Wands or someone like it. The Four of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Judgment. So what this row is telling me is, guys, you've had a conflict with someone from your past who may be trying to come back in. Again, we're going to take a look at my Vimeo channel on that reading. Now, this is someone who may be coming through from the past. In the past, they have hurt your feelings, kept you left out, maybe had an affair or two, had relationships outside of the marriage, and that person brought absolute conflict to your life. And Spirit is saying you just need to hold. You just need to hold out. Pardon me. Because that energy is trying to ride back into your life. Spirit is saying, stick to what it is that you're doing. You made a decision around that relationship in the past. That's the judgment. It was a spiritually guided decision that maybe led you to part from that energy because it was negative. It's here at the very beginning of your relationship. You sought your independence from that energy, but that energy feels very much to me like it feels lost, and it's wanting to come back in because it wandered away, but now it's wanting to come back in. And Spirit is saying, pardon me one second. Spirit is saying you need to hold back emotionally. Maybe you need to not let this energy back in emotionally. Even though you may have to deal with this person on a day-to-day level, say they're the father of your children or whatever, this is saying just continue to work towards this independent path because this energy is trying to come through again. And this is saying that, you know what, that energy probably is not here to serve you well. I have 5 cards left. The 2 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords. The Hanging Man. And the 6 of Swords. Like I said, guys, keep focused. Stay focused on what you're doing. In this case, the 8 of Swords is a positive energy for Capricorn because this is saying keep yourself guarded. There's a negative energy from your past trying to make its way back into you. But Spirit is saying if you hold out, hold back a while on that emotional need to come back in and say, please examine our relationship again. That's what this is. This is saying you need to keep going on what you're doing to achieve what it is, this independent path you're on. The Hanging Man says be patient, resist the urge to engage with an old energy that you actually dismissed from your life once before, or you're in the process of dismissing this situation from your life, because keeping that wall up will keep that element from entering your life again, and you will resume all hopes of being able to move forward with your life from a troubled time into a more positive direction, into a more positive gateway that takes you closer to where it is, where you'll find your independence, where you'll find that soul growth that you need to achieve, but these two achieve in an independent way. That 9 of Pentacles, she is the independent person. So you've got an element that wants to come in. Now we're going to look at that element in the Lovers reading, and that one is over at my Vimeo channel. But it looks to me like you're moving in the right direction, Capricorn. You're dismissing an energy, whether it's professionally or in love or whatever reason. You're dismissing an energy, or you're transforming out of that energy, and you are building a more independent, positive life. You're moving forward, although you do step back occasionally and examine what you're building and ask yourself, what do I need to change? What can I tweak? What can I do better? That's what the Hanging Man does. But you've also got to keep your guard up from a relationship that you've let go before once. And it's trying to come back in. This is saying you've got the opportunity to finally emotionally separate from an energy that was not of a positive influence on your life. Okay, so we're going to go over to Vimeo and take a look at your love life. I'm going to take a 2-minute break before I do that. And until the next time, Capricorn, please check out my Weebly website if you want a reading meant just for you. Otherwise, I'm not going to mess with this. Go over to my website, pick a reading of your choice. Reach out to me through the contact page. Tell me what you want. I'll get back to you myself. Also, take care of yourselves. Whew, that was overbearing. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another and everyone else that you love in this life. And until next time, Capricorn, peace.